Welcome back to the Fat Man Rant pertaining to President Biden signing the NDAA into law, which included anti-trans provisions. Now, normally I don't do Fat Man Rants in two sets. Normally it's just one and done. But this one, I needed to split into two different ones. The first one, the last video we watched, you watched, I made, whatever. The last video was about the trans rights portion of it, and that we need to stand up for LGBTQA folks. We need to stand up for marginalized people. We need to stand up for oppressed people. That's what President Biden should have done. He should have used his authority to stand up to the Republican bullies, and he did not. That was video A, or video 1. Video B is this. We as a country do a terrible job of understanding how benefits should work. We saw this in the Burrell versus Hobby Lobby case, one of Alito's horrible rulings. We saw that there. We've seen it in many other cases. We see it how jobs pay you. But what do I mean? This is also a labor benefits argument that can be made about what is going on here with this NDAA. When I work for an employer, there is a cost of employment that is not always seen on your paycheck. Let me explain. So there's the cost to run the HR, your share of whatever HR needs to do for your cost of employment. That's included. That's not included on your paycheck, but it's a cost to employ you or me or whatever. A cost of employment might include those parts of the health insurance premiums that you don't see on your paycheck. So if your health insurance premium for your family plan costs like $15,000 and your employer pays $5,000 and then you pay $10,000 as a pre-tax deduction or whatever, it's still an overall cost of $15,000. That's your employment cost. Now you pay for some of it from your own paycheck, but the other thing that we mess up on is we think that, the employer is paying the other $5,000. No, the employer is not paying that other $5,000. It's not on your check, but that $5,000 is paid for with your labor. Your labor pays that $5,000 that is not seen on your paycheck, that your employer is also writing a check to that insurer. It's all paid for with your work. Now, my salary is paid for with my work. So the government can't tell me that I can't go buy something or pay for something that's otherwise legal because my paycheck comes from federal funds. So if I'm working for the U.S. government, if I'm working as a service person in the United States Army or military or whatever, and I get my paycheck and I go cash it and I go take some money out of my bank account and I go want to pay for an abortion with that money, and abortion is legal in the state that I live in, guess what? Government can't tell me crap because it's my money. I worked for it. It's my money. However, we don't take the same attitude about benefits. My work paid for my salary that I took home and could cash out and spend money on whatever. My work also pays for every single benefit that I get. Every benefit should be considered paid for by me, not the taxpayers, me. Because if I'm working for the government, I'm doing the work. Yes, it comes from taxpayer tax funds, but once you earn it as a benefit, it is now yours to use. It should be considered yours to use. It shouldn't matter if some of it's on your paycheck and some of it's not on your paycheck. It is a benefit that you earned with your work. This is one of the problems that I had with, again, the Hobby Lobby ruling. Well, Hobby Lobby was like, well, we don't want to pay for birth control pills because that's against our religion. There's a whole other issue with the Hobby Lobby ruling that I'm not going to get into, with the fact that they basically allowed Hobby Lobby to declare something as scientific fact without making them prove that it's scientific fact, to then put it in as a religious belief. But we're not going to go into all that. I have other videos on that. But It's an earned benefit that I get when I'm working. Hobby Lobby shouldn't be able to say, well, you can't use it to pay for this medication, but you can use it to pay for that. As long as the medicine is legal, I should be able to use my insurance that I worked for with my labor, and I paid for with my labor to get whatever it is that I want. It's none of my employer's business. It's none of the federal government's business. So now if you want to have, if the NDAA is now banning transgender care, gender affirming care for trans youth who were the children of our service people, it shouldn't be the case. Because again, just like you could use the money that you get in your paycheck to pay for gender affirming care for your kids, because you worked for that paycheck and you can use that money that you got, you should also be able to use that benefit to cover the same thing. Because again, once it's a benefit that you earned, it should be considered yours and no different than dollars that you earned. And until we start thinking about benefits earned in that way, government's going to get away with this crap. Employers are going to get away with other crap. You work for that benefit. It should be considered yours and nobody else's, and they shouldn't be able to tell you how to use it. Agree, disagree, leave your comments down below. Remember to like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and of course, have a good day.